Okay, let's look at this one here. Let's say that we had forgotten to add the layer again. Alright, let's say that I've got the square root of x minus the square root of 3x minus 2, and the whole thing is squared. And we want to multiply all that out. So we're going to have to rewrite. I'll rewrite it down here. The square root of x minus the square root of 3x minus 2. Now because there's two of them, right, we're going to write it all out. Minus the square root of 3x minus 2. Okay, now we're going to multiply this stuff out. So the square root of x times the square root of x is just x, okay? So you should have caught on to that in the last couple problems. The square root of x, this is going to be minus the square root of x. Of course, we'll write this out, won't skip any steps here. 3x minus 2, and then the square root of 3x minus 2 times the square root of x. And of course, I'll keep it in the same order. And then of course, then we have plus, because we're going to have a minus times a minus. And the square root of 3x minus 2 times the square root of 3x minus 2 is just 3x minus 2. You know, the square root goes away. Now we want to simplify this. So we have two of the same terms here. And I'm going to write it like this. So 3x minus 2, and then we have plus 3x minus 2, and now what we're going to do is collect up some like terms, so these two are like. So that becomes 4x minus. Now I can go ahead and bring this x inside, so I've got one radical here. 3x minus 2. And then we have minus 2 out here. Don't forget the minus 2. And you can distribute that x inside if you want. But I'm going to leave it right like that. So hopefully you were able to keep up with all that. I'm trying to go as slow as I can. Alright, well, you know, that's just multiplying some rational functions, rational expressions. Let's look at fractions, rationalizing the denominator, because this is something that is always asked to do, and that's to rationalize the denominator. If I had 1 over the square root of 3, now I think we've done this before, but I may have not said rationalizing the denominator, and I want to get rid of the radical down here in the bottom. Well, we'd say the square root of 3 over the square root of 3, and 1 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 3, and the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is just 3. So that's rationalizing the denominator. But let's say that we had something like 1 over the square root of 3 plus 2. Okay, the trick we're going to use here is we're going to multiply the bottom by the square root of 3 minus 2. So you see this, we have the square root of 3 minus 2 over the square root of 3 minus 2, which this is just 1. Okay. So now we've got 1 times the square root of 3 minus 2, so I'm just going to write that like there. And then we multiply the denominator. So square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. Square root of 3 minus, that would be 2 times the square root of 3. That's supposed to be a 3. And then plus 2 times the square root of 3, and then 2 times be negative 4. Now of course we want to clean this up. This is the square root of 3 minus 2, and it's all over 3 minus 4 is a negative 1. Those cancel out, and so we can say, and of course we wouldn't write it like that, we would just say this.